England. Ah.
Hi, welcome to my channel.
Hey, Uncle Kenny, football. Hey, yeah.
So if you're new here, my name is Cedric. I'm an actor, a filmmaker, a screenwriter, and a YouTube reactor. And part of why I chose the intro that I did is someone has recently challenged me. So there's a couple of people that I keep in touch with as far as developing accents, and someone recently challenged me to do an entire YouTube video using a British accent. And so I thought, that would be a good challenge, and let's jump in and let's try it. So I'm going to do this whole thing doing that, and we'll see how it goes. It's an easier thing when you're working with a script and you have to memorize it because you can choose certain inflections. But I thought, let's give it a go. So my name is Cedric. I'm not from the UK. I grew up in Ohio, and I now live in New England for a bit. So we are back doing music videos of BTS here, and we are doing... So I messed up the order. So what happened is I decided I was going to do the webtoons because I was being told that there was a lot of things I was missing, and I thought, well, I don't think that's on the list. And so I went ahead and I did the webtoons, and you can watch all those on my channel. But I then re-looked at the list that Anitra from Say What Reacts gave me, and Anitra, you're great. Thank you so much for that. But I looked at it, and I realised, it was definitely on there. It was just a few videos later. So I'm a little bit late to the party. So what I'm going to do is do Fake Love, the trailer, and the actual music video in this, which I've already seen, but I certainly had no concept whatsoever of the BANGTAN universe at the time. I think it was maybe the second thing I watched from BTS was Fake Love, and I thought it was brilliant. So I'm excited to rewatch it since then. I've listened to it countless times, and then do whatever the Fake Love extended edition is in the next video, and then I think after that's Epiphany, and then it's supposed to be the webtoons and the notes based on the list that I have. And so what I'm going to do is I'm about to start, like this afternoon, I'm going to start reading the notes. So I'm actually leaving this week to go film in the Midwest, and I'm going to have some time just on set and everything like that when I'm not going to be in front of the camera, that I'll have a little bit of downtime. A lot of film acting, the most important thing you do in film acting is wait. And so I like to bring books, and so I'll probably bring the notes with me to set, and I'll be reading those in between takes and in between scenes. So sorry, that was really long-winded. Before we jump in, I want to, of course, say thank you to my patrons on Patreon. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for giving me time and ability to focus on screenwriting, on acting, on directing, on editing, on YouTube, on everything that I am blessed to be able to do. And thank you again to Anitra at Say What Reacts for just the opportunity to go through the BANGTAN universe and for the guide for that. So thank you so much. Sorry I accidentally messed it up, and it's fine. It is what it is. The webtoons really threw me for a loop, and I think I'm still sort of trying to understand the full scope and scale of what I read. There's been a lot of... Between Blood, Sweat and Tears, Japanese version, and the webtoons, my mind is sort of reeling as far as what's happening in the universe. So... I guess we'll jump into this, and I'm going to mess things up, and that's okay, because that's the point of a theory, right? I'm not saying it's a fact, it's a theory. You have a hypothesis, and you work on it, and as you're proven wrong, you adapt. And so I've been proven wrong several times. I've been proven right at least once, and that's a win for me. So, hey, let's jump into this and see how it goes. Sorry, really quickly, if you want to hear more from one of my friends who I'm working on accents with, Rob Dukes and his wife Ashlyn, they are wonderful, wonderful actors. I'm going to sneeze, hang on.
Achoo! Bless you!
They are wonderful actors, and I did an acting roundtable. It's available on my channel. I had Rich Lewis IV, who's from Atlanta, Georgia. They were all in this chat, and so you can find that on my YouTube channel. It's the first of a series of roundtables I'm going to be doing, but they are terrific humans, and I highly recommend it. But that's a different video. So let's jump in, let's check this out. Big hit. Entertainment. Magic shop is a psychodramatic technique that exchanges fear for a positive attitude. Yeah. Alright. Looks like an earpiece. got the mirror, the painting, the Snickers bar. What's V got though? Nice use of sound design to match the visual. It's a bit like a horror film, isn't it? That's a cool shot. I remember this from the behind the scenes that I saw when I watched the, sort of the making of. Okay, what the heck was that then? No. No. I'm angry. I don't know what that means. What? So, we saw them all bringing in sort of their vices, if you will. So, Namjoon had the mirror, right? And then J-Hope had the Snickers bar. And Jimin, I think, was it Jimin that had the painting of the mountains? I couldn't... So, they didn't show his face. And I think Jin would have had the earpiece, right? Because wasn't that... Let me go back. Right, so that's the earpiece. So I assume that that's Jin that had that. Yeah. So Jimin had the painting then. Glass. Painting. So a really interesting note is that they didn't show everybody on that. They didn't show... Obviously Jungkook wasn't there, but J-Hope wasn't there. They didn't show Suga walking in. And so they showed half the pairs, didn't they? I think they showed half the pairs. So that sort of gets back at that who's real, who's not thing, doesn't it? Well, now that I'm even more confused, which is not what I needed, let's do Fake Love. So this is the first one so I did obviously Blood, Sweat and Tears, and this is the first one that I've really gotten to revisit, and it's going to be so interesting because Blood, Sweat and Tears, it's like, how did you not catch all this? Of course I didn't, because I didn't know any of it, but this one's probably even more frustrating because of everything I've learned since, so... Okay, here we go. Big hit. Entertainment. Right. So that's going to be Jin. Hands reaching out. I didn't even know their names when I watched this. I never knew how much I'd fallen in love with Jimin. Right, okay. So this is so interesting. So now he's protecting the flower, the explosion. Did he cause that? So we know that he's got this sort of... I don't even know what it is. It's not really a superpower. It's not an ability. But he's trapped in this time loop. Did he cause that? Was that the timeline resetting because the glass broke? That's sort of what happens whenever it breaks. The glass breaks, timeline resets. So he dives down to protect the flower, which of course they opened on a Dutch angle, which... I know I talked about in the original video. You guys know how much I love Dutch angles. But what was Jungkook doing then? What was Jungkook looking at? Now we've got RM in this beautiful space. I know I talked about this in the first video too, it's all coming back to me. But the blue, the red, the yellow, using some primary colours here to establish this world. It's really, really nicely done. Look at that! Oh, it's it's the storage container that it was in reflection. There's a mirror, of course. Nice. Oh shoot! Yeah. He's got all the stuff from the sort of the carousel that's around him. It's sort of trapped in this childhood-like state. Oh, so he's sort of trapped as a child, because children will fake things to get attention. They'll cry just to get attention. Is that sort of what the Munchausen syndrome is? Is that how that's acting for him? And then he's got all the things from the carousel all around him. Huh. That makes sense. Right, stop the sing. So the hallway that Jungkook just ran into sort of looks like the building that Jim is in. Sort of. And he comes out of a room where there's this thing on the ground, and it's like he's looking down at something, and I don't know what it is. Of course, we've got Jimin in this big empty room that sort of feels like an abandoned hospital, and he's got the big mirror on the wall and the sink in front of him. And what I find interesting is normally you'd have a mirror over a sink, so I wonder if there's a reason why they don't have a mirror there, or if it's just they just don't. But is Jungkook in the same building then that Jim was in, or is he sort of just in a similar situation? Right, that's so cool. Nice, great transition. Good, yeah. So it saved me on the back, which we know turns into I'm fine. This also has the same energy as... Was it... No, I Need You. I Need You, the Japanese version, where we have the two different worlds that they're dancing in. We have the more refined world with the big art piece behind them where they're all doing the dance, and then we have the warehouse where they're more in street clothes and they're doing the dance. So we're dealing with these two separate versions yet again. And we already know that in Blood, Sweat and Tears Japanese version, there's been two Jimins. And so again, I start to wonder, are there different realities that they're functioning in, apart from the timelines? I know that. I know there's timelines happening. But are these two different timelines that are happening at the same time? I don't know. All the lights turning on. Nice. Sugar's got a grand piano. Right, he's got all the Snickers bars, yeah. That makes a lot more sense now. What was that? Go back 10. Jungkook. Huh. So we've got Jungkook and Sugar yet again. I love that dance move. I love that. So Jimin turns off the sink. sand. I don't remember sand. I mean, the beach. Oh, the beach! Turns into the petals from the flower. Right. That's just wonderful acting from Jungkook. It's got this childlike wonder to his face. It's beautiful acting from Jungkook. Beautiful everything from Jungkook. He's a very, very attractive man. Right, so Jimin drowning. Did Jungkook cause that then? Yeah, we've seen the see, don't speak, don't hear. So why is V? I guess he got all these cell phones because he knew he's supposed to be able to call and get help, and he didn't. I also want to talk about the use of the wide-angle lenses they're pulling out there in the dance, sort of gives that fishbowl look, makes them all look a little bit larger than life. But that's really well done. But using a very flat profile here, surrounding him in purple and red. The red, I don't know if that's a reminder of the blood. Sort of, he's got a lot of red on his sweatshirt, and so that could be reminiscent of, you know, him killing his father, but then also killing Jin. I don't know if that's happened yet. Sorry if any of you haven't read the webtoons, but you're doing the BANGTAN universe, so I assume you know that. V killed Jin, which isn't great. It's not a great thing. So I assume that the cell phones are representative of the fact that Namjoon didn't come to help him when he called. Right, save me. Beautiful use of the silhouettes there. Oh, this was in here. I don't remember that at all. So who's Jungkook going to talk to? What does that mean? I really, really wish I had more time, because I just do the Spring Day Extended Edition right now, because I have so many questions. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it over the next 2.5 weeks, because I'm going to film. So maybe I'll try to shoot it before I leave on Wednesday morning. But wow, it's kind of stunning how much I didn't catch the first time around, isn't it? But it's, first of all, it's an extraordinary music video. It's really well shot, really well paced. The production design is immaculate throughout. It really looks like a worn down, lived in building. But obviously they built all of it on a set. But it seems like they're sort of handing a baton off to Jungkook, that he sort of becomes a bigger figure here in this video specifically. I don't know who this robed figure, Voldemort, that he's talking to is. I'm not sure who that is, but...
Voldemort, Voldemort, ooh, Voldemort.
I don't think it's a good thing. It feels like he's going the way of V, of being this sort of darker figure within the story. And I don't like that, because I want him to be okay. But of course we know he's got the wings from his short film as well. And so... ultimately, what I'm trying to say is I don't know what that meant, and I think I've said that about every single video and every webtoon. But it's obviously moving the plot forward. I figured out a big thing about Jaehoop there being locked in with all the things. Obviously, that incident, the carousel being left there by his mother, was a really big, impactful thing. They've all got parental issues, don't they? I need to figure out what the heck is up with that cat from the webtoon. But anyway. That's all I've really got for you. I'm sorry I don't have more answers, but you guys know all the answers. So, I mean, you're watching this. You don't need me to give you answers. You're just entertained by the fact that I don't have them. So, thank you so much for watching. Please take care of yourselves. Drink lots of water. Fix your posture. Pull your shoulders back. I say that as much for me as for the rest of you. But please take care of yourselves, and I'll see you again very, very soon. But until then, drink lots of water, and yeah, brahe.